on Wednesday. Virginia's they're playing a lot like Villanova with the 4 guards, and the kid that they got playing the 4-man, Sylvan Landesberg, was the 2 guard last year. He's a tremendous scorer. He's improved his game. He was ACC Rookie of the Year last year, shooting the ball from 3 really well, and tremendous free throw shooter, and goes off the dribble. He's a really, really tough matchup.
So when they do have 3 guards, we move him to
4
3?
guards,
I mean,
yeah.
But I mean, he's on the floor regardless, right?
Yeah, he's going to play the power forward position. They'll put 3 guards out there with him.
Okay.
Obviously, the problem that presents there is like, who does, Derek, or if Zach's at the 4, who do they guard? So that's something we've got to really take a long hard look at.
He talked about in the teleconference, the Virginia coach, that they might use their big a little bit more, considering, like it's kind of cat and mouse.
It's exactly what it is. That's true. I mean, if it's a serious contrast in styles, and it's going to be really interesting to see who wins out in terms of who has to match up to who.
So stopping the 3 is going to be important, just like it was against Duke.
Yeah, they don't take as many as Duke. They shoot a high percentage, but they're only averaging, I think, I don't want to be wrong, I think it's 6.5 to 7 a game. But yeah, it's going to be important that we contest that 3.
If you go by just by stats, it seems like field goal percentage wise, they're not a real good shooting team.
But the 3-point field goal percentage, I think, makes up for it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of turnovers.
No, 10.5 a game, really good.
Just indication that they're playing smart.
Indication they're playing a lot of guards.
Yeah, yeah, good point.
Does it make it hard for you to press a team like that when they're playing that many guards on the floor?
You've got to be better in your rotations. I still think you can press them, no question, but you have to be smarter and better in your rotations, more solid. And there have been times where we just have not. We've allowed the last play to impact our concentration on the next play. We go from offense to defense to turnover, a missed shot, or something, and then you have a lapse. They have the type of team with all those guards out there. You don't have the right rotation against the pressure, they're gonna make you pay.
So having those 4 guards and the quickness, getting those loose balls that you talk about, the line's going to be
very
pretty big too. Yeah,
very important.
Do you defend a player like Landsberger any differently? Well, do you put one lockdown defender on him?
Yeah, you got to put your best on him. And even then, you just got to hope. People ask me, "What'd you do to Singler the other night?" Singler just missed some shots. I thought we played good defense. We played good defense all year, but same thing with Landesberg. We got to play great defense and hope he has that off night.
That mean DeAndre gets a lot of that?
Yeah, he'll see him, and Mon will see him. But DeAndre will probably be the guy that starts out.
Actually, isn't that a type of player that you can really match up with? You've got 4 or 5 guys that are 6'5", 6'6", and athletic, so that's really kind of good for you.
Yeah, Sylvan is really a crafty player. He knows how to draw fouls. And I think that's somewhat of a lost art in our game. Kids shoot the 3 or go in the basket. Sylvan does a great job of changing speeds, and he can go to the basket right hand, left hand equally as well. And he knows how to draw fouls. So he doesn't score all his baskets from the floor. He gets to that foul line pretty good too.
He played a real good floor game Saturday, but looking at the score sheet the last 2 games, Mon's really kind of struggled when you look at the turnovers and the shooting.
He struggled because I think he's having a hard time finding just the rhythm and flow of the game. I mean, I thought there were times when he had shots that he turned down, and there were times when he should have passed and he shot. So, but he'll be all right. I mean, I was talking to Doc Rivers. They were here practicing the other day, and I asked him about guys with knee injuries because obviously he dealt with Garnett. And it's usually the first game back, they're playing a lot of adrenaline. And then the next couple of games, they have not a rust in the shows, and they got to kind of reestablish themselves and find a rhythm of play. And I think that's what's happened in mine. I mean, the Georgia game is kind of what I figured, and the other night or the other day, I thought pretty much the same thing. But the more he plays, the more he'll get back to being himself.
He's a guy you really feel like you have a physical mismatch playing him on the perimeter.
Oh yeah. No, I would say just short of saying he's the whole key to our team. I mean, he's huge. I mean, I know Ghani's going to be consistent. He's going to play hard. I know Derek's going to do his thing. I know Zach and the rest of the guys. But Iman's the guy. He's the wild card in my mind. He's the guy. If he's playing really well, then we become a really tough team to match up with.
I'm sorry.
So what do you think then? A player like that struggles against a team like Duke, one of the best teams in the country. So you think there's a lot? You think the team can play even better than?
Yeah, I told him after the game. I said the best part of that game Saturday is that you didn't play well and we won. Now, if you go look at the tape on the defensive end of the floor, he was very disruptive. He did some good things. We don't win that game unless he plays. But as I said to him when I grabbed him after the game coming up in the elevator, I was like, just imagine you played that poorly offensively, beat that team. So now you find yourself offensively just how good we can be.